What's going on, IndyCar Diecast collectors? This is OBB, the Diecast news guy, and you guys can take a look right here. We're going to be doing ourselves another IndyCar Diecast review. Probably this is going to be the first one I'm doing since you guys know the Indianapolis 500, the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500 we just recently had it this Sunday, and I can't believe I'm saying this, guys, but this guy right here, Takuma Sato, he is now a two-time Indy 500 champion. I mean, I can't believe that, guys. I did saw him win this in person in 2017, but little did I know that this guy was going to be a two-time, so congratulations to Mr. Sato. I'm sure Tokyo is going nuts over there in Japan. But we're going to be talking about this guy right here, who I think next to the Andretti curse, I think this guy's starting to get a curse of his own, and it might be a little hint of what guy we're going to be reviewing. Might be this guy right here, guys. We're going to be talking about Alexander Rossi's 2020 Napa Honda Dallara for Andretti Autosports. This right here, it's such an iconic livery. I mean, my God, ever since he won the Indy 500 in 2016, this livery always sells. And I'm so glad we did. I also did review another Rossi car, which was his AutoNation car. So it was pretty cool that we got some variety this year. But this was actually supposed to be his primary sponsor, but I've seen him run the AutoNation car a lot more lately. But it's really cool. This guy could have been a two-time champion or a three-time champion, but we'll get to more of that in a second, guys, for the 500. Still amazes me this guy has not won a championship yet for IndyCar, but his time will come. But yeah, this year, man, he has been quite struggling. It's kind of sad to see that happening, guys. I mean, this year has been kind of a bust season for Alexander Rossi, but there's all the stats if you guys want to read that. As now we're going to go and kick off this diecast review, the official unboxing of the madman himself, Alexander Rossi. Alrighty, guys, we got this diecast out of its box, and my God, what a beautiful, beautiful livery that we're going to be looking at in a second, especially with the newly configured aero screen. Not really new anymore, but, I mean, heck, Indy cars look so much better with this nice device on them. But before we do that, guys, let's take a look at Alexander Rossi, guys, his driver card for this year. This is the second driver card we got for Rossi, so pretty cool. We don't have the hot pink with the AutoNation, but we got the iconic Napa colors that I'm sure a lot of racing fans will know. If you're a Rossi fan or a Chase Elliott fan or a Ron Capps fan, you will know the Napa sponsorship by heart. Such a loyal sponsor in motorsports, and I'm glad we have all three of them competing. And there is the back if you guys want to see that. The Nevada City, California native himself, Alexander Rossi. My God, guys. It's just amazing how such a good career this guy has had up until 2020. This has been a year that I think Rossi fans do not want to remember. But let me tell you what, man. This livery looks really cool, especially with the aero screen, guys. The additional yellow on the aero screen looks really cool with the red camera, cockpit camera as well. By the way, we do got some quality issues. I see we do got ourselves a paint chip right there and a little paint blemish right there. So Greenlight does have their blemishes sometimes, I will say that. But not as bad as Lionel, but, still got to call them out because I do want Greenlight to succeed and get better with their quality issues. Because it does happen, especially with the 164s. 118s have been pretty flawless, though, but the Napa diecast, guys, this is like, how many years in a row now that we've had the Napa diecast released? Like 4 or 5 years now? I recommend getting it. The Napa cars always dry up for this guy, Alexander Rossi. Especially when he gets that second 500 win, guys. I mean, as much as I loved Simon Pagenaud win the 2019 one, that was such a fun battle between him and Rossi, man. I mean, but just something always happens with Rossi when it comes down to the pits. I mean, I don't know what's been going on with that lately, but especially this year, guys, with that penalty he had for, exiting the pits, and eventually, he made contact with your winner, your two-time winner, Takuma Sato. So I find that kind of odd. But the Napa diecast have been kind of funky, but luckily this is the second year in a row that the Napa logos look great on this diecast, because the first 2 years we had the Napa cars from 17 and 18, they weren't that good looking. All right, like this 2017 one with the old configuration. Had the Napa logo all like sideways and shit, and then the other one had the 2018 one when we first had the IR18 released with this aero kit. The Napa logo is all stressed out. So, Greenlight learned from their mistakes, and second year in a row, guys, we got a Napa diecast that looks pretty damn awesome. Let's take a look. They got the Andretti chrome nose, all the sponsors right there. NTT IndyCar Series logo looks very funky, I will say that. Kinetic vision, that's something new right there. But yeah, this is the same livery layout that all the Andretti Autosport cars run, just with different colors. So yeah, I mean, if you take all the Andretti Autosport diecast and literally compare them side by side, it's literally the exact same paint, literally the exact same layout. Kind of like what the Penske's do as well. But you know, I do like this a lot. I do like it a lot. I mean, it's definitely a livery that I think will never get old. Every time you see this Napa scheme, you just have to get it. I mean, it's so iconic now. But I mean, not as iconic as, you know, the OG right there, which, godly almighty, if you could find this car, I mean, good luck. I was able to find this. Actually, I ordered it online as well at Gutswear. That's a place to go to get IndyCar diecast. By the way, it was autographed too. But yeah, Rossi, man, I mean, he is such a humble guy. I mean, but man, when he gets on the racetrack, especially at Indianapolis, this guy is a madman. And he was driving the wheels off of this car. He was, because he is just so dedicated, guys. I mean, he said that he does not want to finish second in the Indy 500 anymore. Well, you got your wish, Rossi. But unfortunately, you got yourself your first DNF at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which that sucks, because Rossi has been, I've noticed throughout the last few years, guys, ever since Rossi won that fuel mileage race in 2016 for the Indy 500 or the 100 running, holy crap, man! He has been just I mean, when you hear us Americans cheering for an American driver, I mean, I think he beat Hunter Ray by a long shot. I mean, people were excited when Hunter Ray won in 2014, but when Rossi pulled it off, man, I mean, nobody expected that guy to win. I mean, he literally just came out of nowhere and pulled something out of his ass. Well, you can thank Brian Herta for that. But ever since, man, I mean, Rossi has been so close. And this year, man, he probably could have had it if he didn't have those issues on the pit road. And then eventually, he was trying to fight his way back up after that penalty, which I still don't agree with. But whatever, though. I mean, IndyCar's associating is just as bad and inconsistent as NASCAR's. So there are some bad things about IndyCar. But yeah, Rossi probably, if it wasn't for that, guys, and him crashing and losing control of his car, he probably could have been a threat for this year's 500. But we'll have to wait until next year to see, guys. But speaking of the next year, guys, we're going to be looking at last year's car, do the side-by-side comparison, because, we do got to point out some differences. As you see right there, AutoNation has stepped up the sponsorship. And you see we do got some different sponsors right there. Actually, the Andretti Chrome Nose looks a lot more cleaner, and you can see it a lot more. I don't know what happened with the 2019 variant, but whatever, though. But they did made a lot of different versions of his Napa scheme from last year, because there was the podium set, and then they had this, the regular car of this. So, you know, we had some good variety, but I'm glad we got the AutoNation livery and the Napa livery. But pretty dang cool, guys. Really do love that red camera on top. The red goes well with blue and yellow. We'll say that. But yeah, this is definitely something I would recommend getting in your collection, especially if you guys are starting off your IndyCar collection for 2020, which I think this is definitely a year to get it, because look how so much better the aero screens, man. I mean, every time I look at the IndyCar diecast from last year, I'm like, wow, these look so weird, because I'm so used to the aero screen now, guys. I mean, the aero screen has definitely done its justice, and just these diecasts, man, just look so freaking awesome. I mean, metal chassis, rubber tires. I mean, hopefully next year we'll have both Firestone printings on both on the back and the fronts, because they do with the 118s for this year. So, I don't know. We'll see down the line, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this diecast review of the Alexander Rossi 2020 Napa Auto Parts Honda Dallara for Andretti Autosport. If you guys enjoyed this diecast review along with other NASCAR and IndyCar diecast reviews, what the hell are you waiting for? Subscribe today so you guys stay up to date on the latest diecast reviews and many more. But until then, guys, it's been OBB, the diecast news guy, and I will see you guys next time on another IndyCar diecast review very soon, as we are heading on to the doubleheader at Gateway.